Hi, Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Gustafson textured ceiling hoop light. Now this is going to be a great option if you're looking for more of a stylish light fixture for your RV. So let's check it out. So here at etrailer we have a ton of different light fixtures to kind of fit your needs, to fit what type of style you have for the interior of your RV. So with this one here, with that hoop style, I think this looks pretty nice. It definitely stands out compared to some other options I've seen around. And it is going to have that textured finish like I was talking about. And it is going to be black. And that whole design is going to go through up to the very top where it makes contact with our ceiling. Now the light style is something that definitely stands out to me. A lot of ones I've had is just a typical bulb style. Now with this, it makes it more of a simple style. So I think it matches most designs of most RVs out there. And I did want to talk to the light quality we have here. So with this type of bulb gives it more of a diffused look to it. So when we have this light hitting these hoops on here, we're not getting this harsh line or these hard lines coming from that. So it looks a little bit more natural. And this light is going to be a semi-warm light. I have seen some warmer ones, but I think this is a nice middle ground between being warm and cool. Now for the size of this is going to be 7.5 inches in height. So it's going to be shorter than a lot of other options out there, and it's going to be 11 inches wide, which is pretty standard for anyone that has some type of fixture that goes around it. This will turn on with all your other lights, but you can turn this off by itself as well. So let's say you're done eating, you still need your other lights on. All you have to do to turn this one off is reach up here by the base, press that button, and we can see a big difference in here. So this is offering us quite a bit of light. I'll press that one more time. It can be a little bit awkward to press from the seating position since we do have to get around those hoops there, but it's still relatively easy to press. Now overall, I think if you are looking for something more of this design and more of that diffused light look to it, I think this is going to be a great option for you. Now when it comes to installing it, it's going to be the same process as most light fixtures out there, but we do talk about some tips and tricks to help you along the way. So let's check that out. But before we actually get started, make sure you do shut off that power so you don't shock yourself. First, we want to start off by taking off our old light fixture. So in our case today, it's kind of hard to reach. So I'm just going to grab a smaller ratchet with a bit on the very end of it and remove it this way. I'd recommend also keeping the hardware to this because the kit we have today doesn't come with any hardware, so you're probably going to have to reuse this. If this hardware is damaged, I'd recommend just picking some extra up so you can install your light fixture. Really just 2 screws for most of them. We're going to have these wire nuts that are already on here. Sometimes these aren't going to be on there, so we're lucky enough that we can reuse this. If you don't have any on here currently, then you can pick them up. Now, sometimes you'll have this type of style. This is going to be something you'll have to cut off or break off, and those aren't recommended to reuse. So if you have the wire nuts, you'll be good to go. Our original light did have 2 bulbs on it, so we had an extra wire in the equation. All I did was just cap this off with a wire nut and some electric tape, so we should be good to go. Now we can put our new light fixture up there. With a new fixture, there's a couple ways you can put this on. The main way is going to be with this bracket that comes with this. So it's going to have some hand knobs. I'll take these off so we can kind of see how this works. Basically, this bracket is going to go into your ceiling and sit into place. And then these bolts are going to push through and hold the fixture with the hand knobs underneath them. This is really nice because I think it gives it a pretty good look, and it can be pretty easy to work with most times. Now, our case today, it's fairly tight in our ceiling, so if I try to stick this in there, it's going to be fighting me the entire time, and I don't have the space to go in. So instead, I'm just going to be using some screws, because this is going to work just as well. This is just going to pass right underneath here and screw into your ceiling like your old one did. Either way is fine, it just depends on your setup. Before we screw it into place though, I'm going to make sure I connect my wires. Again, make sure that electric is shut off. And so we're going to start with connecting our white wires. We are going to have a ground and a power. And this can be a little bit awkward to connect sometimes, just since this is a little bit of a heavier fixture compared to some other lamps out there. I just want to get it on there enough to hold it in place so it's not slipping around on me. I'm going to grab one of my wire nuts, thread that on into place. We'll just thread that on until we have a little bit of a resistance there. And then we're going to repeat that same process with your black wire. I just want to put power back on to here and just check our light, because I don't want to put this up here, find out it doesn't work, and take it back down. So we're good there. And now I just screw it into place. Just make sure these wires are tucked underneath. And we want to make sure they're lined up in a way where they're not going to interfere with our screw, because we don't want to damage them. And this one you might need a smaller ratchet, just depending on how large your screwdriver is, if you are going to be using the screws. And then we're going to do this on both sides. That pretty much does it. I'll turn my light on and make sure everything's working properly, and it's looking good in here. Now, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at etrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.